David? Hello, sir. How are you?
Doing
Good
well, doing
evening.
well. How are you? My
Very
camera
fine,
is
sir.
not working for some reason.
Your video is not coming. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what is happening right now. I have a new computer, so I don't know. Okay, now the computer
Right.
is working.
Sir, whenever you want, your computer will work, sir. It will not go out of your mouse.
Thank you, thank you. How are you, sir?
So I'm very fine and so happy, sir, to welcome you at our, 14th course that we have launched together. Uh,
Exactly.
yeah, to popularize the, supply chain related topics which are connecting with the like current modern industry and growth in the logistics and supply chain management. And what we can say is, and we are so lucky to have you with us on such a interesting journey of changing, the landscape of entire logistic domain, particularly when our economy is booming. And I think in this way, there is a huge contribution of logistics and supply chain. So hope that by your support and by driving the change with the help of new tools and innovations, we shall be able to help first of all to help industry partners for adopting some of the newer practices, and then helping like innovation transformations uh, to learn some of the current practices by our students. And I hope that these are the things which with your support now we are able to monitor and launch for larger benefit of the community, I think, sir.
Oh, this is beautiful statement, but I would echo this by saying this is a journey we took together.
Yeah. And then
Starting
like
in 2021, and
yeah.
you have been very successful in bringing so many participants from industry and academia to participate in this program. So I'm very excited about the new program and also the upcoming future programs that you and I discussed earlier.
So David, with your permission, now I think we can start the ceremony, and first it will go somewhere around 45 to 50 minutes, and then your lecture will start, sir. So today we have with us one of our very illustrious, like expert, Sri Harishankar ji. He is well known for promoting digitization in top-notch FMCG companies, sir. Like a farmer that we call as a HUL, and currently he is working with very interesting topic, the Chief Transformation Officer for a very interesting topic of one ONDC, that is the basically dealing with the creating a platform actually for digitization in the country. And we will talk more about him in time come. That is called Open Network for Digital Commerce. Actually, so correct. ONDC stands for Open Network for Digital Commerce, and which Dr. Mr. Harshankar is very nicely what you call navigating the many aspects of this particular innovative things. And we have one very renowned person as a expert. He's from government side, sir. He looks after the entire regulatory bodies of the AICT, that is All India Council for Technical Education, and also look after the CFTIs, centrally funded technical institutions. And he's from our Ministry of Education Joint Secretary, Sri Govind Jaiswalji. He will join around 6:30, sir, at present, not because of he's in another meeting. So now I request the student coordinator, and among us, our famous Professor David Simchi-Levi. He is a well-known thought leader in the area of logistics and supply chain management. Currently, he heads the data science lab of the MIT. And we all know the power of Professor David because he like magnet, and where most of the problems come directly to him, and he provides solution to them through different analytical tools and practices. And more about him we will talk in the coming portions of the ceremony. So I request the student coordinator to start formally the launching of the course, please.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and a warm welcome to the inaugural session of the Global Online Certification course on Data-Driven Supply Chain Transformation 2024. On behalf of the entire IIM Mumbai, I would like to thank all the dignitaries, faculties, and course participants for gracing us with their presence on this occasion as we begin the journey of learning. Today we have with us Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Govind Jaswal, Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Higher Education, Government of India, and Honorable Chief Guest, Shri Hari Krishna K, Chief Transformation Officer, ONDC. We also have with us our reputed world-renowned course instructor, Professor David Simchi-Levi, Professor of Business and Supply Chain Analytics, Director of Data Science Lab, MIT USA, and Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, Director IIM Mumbai. In today's digital era, data-driven transformation through data, analytics, and automation has become an essential for boosting growth, profitability, and operational efficiency. By applying these tools across multiple manufacturing, supply chain, and customer insights, organizations can achieve a resilient adaptiveness in business model. Recognizing this strategic need, IIM Mumbai proudly presents the Data-Driven Supply Chain Transformation 2024 course. This program equips professionals with the skill to leverage cutting-edge analytics and automation, building agile, resilient, and efficient supply chain that drives sustainable success in the rapid changing business landscape. We thank everyone for giving us such an overwhelming response to this course. Without any further ado, I would like to call Harsh, student coordinator for the course, to give a brief about our institute, the course, and its registration statistic. Over to you, Harsh.
Yeah, thank you, Debankit. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to the inauguration ceremony of this transformative course. We are thrilled to have you all here as we embark on this exciting journey together. Today marks the beginning of an enriching experience that promises to equip you with valuable knowledge and skill sets, empowering you to make a significant impact in your respective fields. Joining us for this momentous occasion are our esteemed course coordinators and instructor, each a luminary in their field. Professor David Simchi-Levi, Director of Data Science Lab at Massachusetts Institute of Technology, USA, and Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, Director of IIM Mumbai. We are honored to have as a chief guest Mr. Govind Jaswal, Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Government of India, and Mr. Hari Shankar K, Chief Transformation Officer of ONDC, as our guest of honor. Together, let us inaugurate this course with enthusiasm and a shared commitment to excellence. May this be the beginning of a transformative and rewarding educational journey for each one of us. Now, let me give you a brief about IIM Mumbai. IIM Mumbai, previously known as NITI, was established by the Government of India in 1963 with the assistance of UNDP, that is United Nations Development Programme, and ILO, that is International Labour Organization. It is ranked 6th in the NRF ranking among top management institutes across India. IIM Mumbai is committed to creating skilled professionals in diverse functional areas like operation supply chain management, analytics, finance, marketing, project management, HR, information technology, and sustainability management. IIM Mumbai, under the dynamic leadership of Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, has become the nodal hub for capacity building in logistics and supply chain management to promote the PM Gati Shakti master plan. IIM Mumbai students have regular interaction and sessions with industry leaders and leading researchers, especially in the supply chain and operations management. Now, IIM Mumbai has successfully completed global online certification courses in diverse fields like supply chain digitization and management, end-to-end supply chain transformation through digitization, and business and operation analytics, and many more. The courses received an overwhelming response with 21,000 plus individuals from reputed national and international organizations. Some prominent academic institutes like the IITs, IIMs, IFT, University of London, University of Warwick, and some eminent organizations include Micron, Accenture, HPCL, Cipla, HUL, PNG, GE, ITC, Amul, Deloitte, General Mills, IBM, Titan, Reliance, PwC, and many more. Following the phenomenal success of previous global online certification courses, IIM Mumbai proudly introduces the global online certification course on data-driven supply chain transformation. Over the next 12 lectures, this course will explore key topics like demand forecasting, supply chain integration, resilience, and sustainability, learning how data and analytics drive efficiency and adaptability. Through real-world case studies, this course equips professionals with practical strategies for building agile, high-performing supply chain. We will also delve into the case discussion on CPG network optimization, COVID-19 pandemic, Ford and Russian-Ukraine war. As we navigate this course together, you will build resilience and flexibility to handle global disruptions and approaches to achieving sustainability by balancing efficiency with carbon footprint reduction. Now, introducing our course instructors, Professor David Simchi-Levi is a global authority in supply chain and data analytics and the director of the Data Science Lab at MIT, USA. He is the recipient of prestigious Informs Impact Prize 2020 for his work on supply chain resilience. His book, Designing and Managing the Supply Chain, is a staple across B schools for the supply chain management courses. And so, I must say, your book has been the lifeline for our supply chain courses. Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari is himself a stalwart in the operation supply chain management domain with over 320 plus publications in international journals. He also received the most influential researcher award in his domain. He was awarded the prestigious David F. Baker Distinguished Research Award from the Institute of Industrial and Systems Engineers and is rated second among the many researchers working in the logistics and supply chain management in India. Some of the organizations which were a part of this course are Micron, Tata Steel, Accenture, Cipla, Wipro, and many more. We also have received overwhelming participation from educational institutes like IIM Bangalore, IIM Lucknow, I feel MDI Gurgaon, IIM Shillong, and other prominent institutes from all over the world. Similar to our previous courses, we are pleased to announce the international representation within this program, with participants hailing from diverse regions worldwide. Noteworthy countries in our cohort include the United States, United Kingdom, France, Singapore, among others. This global participation underscores the course relevance and its appeal to professionals across various geographical and industry landscape. We appreciate your involvement and thank you for sparing the valuable time for the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Harsh. This course is an initiative to accelerate the adoption of PM Gati Shakti scheme, a national master plan as conceived by our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. This plan aims at making India a developed nation in the next 25 years by improving its logistical capabilities. It is essentially a digital platform that brings 16 union ministries together, including the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways, for integrated planning, coordination, and implementation of infrastructure connectivity projects for comprehensive and inclusive socio-economic progress in different parts of the country. To further understand the vision and mission of PM Gati Shakti scheme, we have a small video for you.
During the Amrit Mahotsav of independence, from water to land, and from land to the sky, from roadways to markets, and markets to businesses, from highways to airports, and railways to seas, from infrastructural planning to its execution, from education to employment. Everything is getting connected by the country's first integrated connectivity scheme, PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan shall accelerate connectivity, boost investments worth billions, and strengthen the country's infrastructure. It'll lay India's foundation for the next 25 years, shaping a new future. The Ministry of Education has taken up the responsibility to give impetus to Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's vision. PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan has brought together premier institutes, including NITI, IITs, NITs, IIITs and IIMs to train the team engaged in its effective implementation and provide them with scheme-centric skills. AICTE Training and Learning Academy, ATAL, is preparing to provide learning courses for talent education, faculty training and skilling aligned to PM Gati Shakti. NITI has been playing a significant role as the nodal hub for capacity building in PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan. The courses developed and designed by NITI will cover each and every aspect related to agri-food supply chain management to strategic management in rail and road transportation. More than 75,000 students and officers will be given 30 hours of training in these courses under NITI's leadership. This training shall be an unparalleled blend of high-level teaching, training, skill development and capacity building. Through this scheme, the government has given priority to topics like climate change, decarbonization of logistics and sustainable supply chains. Moving ahead in this direction, the Ministry of Education organized an online workshop on 28 June 2022 in collaboration with NITI and BISAG-N. In this workshop, the officials were briefed on topics like promotion of satellite communication, geoinformatics and geospatial technology and multimodal logistics for urban planning. Initiatives to promote the application of geospatial technology and geoinformatics developed by BISAG-N Ahmedabad have been made in the logistics and transport sector. Their cooperation is expected in this regard. This campaign by the Ministry of Education under the National Education Policy shall enable professionals and entrepreneurs. We are prepared to reduce the transportation cost from 14% to 9% and achieve the goals set by the Government of India. These special learning courses by the Ministry of Education shall not only enhance the talent connected to PM Gati Shakti National Master Plan, but also equip them with the latest technology, polish their skills, and double PM Gati Shakti's developmental speed.
PM Gati Shakti मास्टर प्लान सरकारी प्रोसेस और उससे जुड़े अलग अलग स्टेक होल्डर्स को तो एक साथ लाता ही है। ये ट्रांसपोर्टेशन के अलग अलग बोर्ड्स को आपस में जोड़ने में भी मदद करता है। ये होलिस्टिक गवर्नेंस का विस्तार है।
Now, I would like to call upon Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, Director IIM Mumbai, for the welcome address. Professor Tiwari is the Director of IIM Mumbai, additionally Vice Chancellor of Tata Institute of Social Science. He is a higher academia grade professor from the Department of Industrial and System Engineering at IIT Kharagpur Online. He has been awarded the prestigious David F. Baker Distinguished Research Award from the Institute of Industrial and System Engineering. He is the first ever researcher and professional based in India to receive these awards. He has published more than 350 papers in international reputed journals and is also the recipient of Most Influential Researcher Award in the domain of operations and supply chain management. It is because of his stellar vision and leadership that this course has been made possible. Director, sir, I kindly request you to share a few words.
Thank you, Nodalji. And just I want to mention, Honorable Chief Guest of the function, Sri Govindji, who will join around 6:30, and then we have our guest speaker, Sri Mr. Harishankar Ji, is here and past entire life in promoting digitization, and our beloved friend and respected Professor David. And all the participants who are from the different countries as well as from the many prestigious organizations and their students. So this time, Professor David, we have adopted a very nice way to conduct this course because we are running several online programs also, and all the participants of those online programs, they have been given 3 credits from this course, and they will be what you call going through the rigorous testing also. So this course is being attended by all of them, and among them around 40 participants are there from prestigious companies called Coal India Limited, where they are driving the transformation of digitization to promote the logistics in a new way. And then famous electronics company run by our great organization called Tata Electronics. They are also part of this course. And similarly, and the Tata Electronics, Professor David, they are launching and they are, driving the major semiconductor mission in the country, which is very one of the prestigious project of the government of India. And then we have a marine master candidates from them. They are also having diverse background and they are attending this course. And our all the first year MBA students who have joined first time this course, particularly, they're very much excited to see that world-renowned professor like Professor David, how he, lead the course often with a new look called data-driven supply chain transformation. And I can tell you that we have seen in the past that how Professor David has simplified the tough concepts of digitization, data transformation, and how the logistics and its complicated, topics can be made simplified by better case studies and linking it with the analytically sound approaches. And I noticed that some of the contributions that Professor David has made, which has been cited by the expert, but from my side, I can tell you, the moment you talk about some very challenging things which were affecting during COVID, that how a scientific discovery that can make a big change in ensuring the efficient supply of the goods and services. Then Professor David promoted the broad idea of resiliency in supply chain management. And not only he promoted, but he also gave two beautiful measures to check that how the resiliency can be checked and judged. And these measures were very popular, like we call them stress test for the supply chain. And this stress test actually comprises of the time to survive and time to recovery. And these two measures, we have also studied from his, ideas and some of the, indices that are pertaining to the disruptions and risk. And then we connected with this, and then some of the very good, material has been prepared, and people are referring those things. And his study that how the near soaring to the US particularly will be beneficial to, like economy of the US, and because of that, his work has been cited by the government of US in one of the famous report in 2023. So I can say that if you take one name who can be as popular as the topic supply chain itself, it's Professor David. And he was a leading, author of author as well as the editor of top journals like Management Science, Operations Research, Naval Research, Logistics, and some of his seminal contributions have been the landmark statement in the domain of supply chain. And in this course, Professor David is going to talk about the supply chain dynamics and how the data analytics and automation improves the business performance. He will also discuss that how the different strategies will be adopted to control the inventories and bullwhip effect. He will also mention the case studies pertaining to the CPG network, fashion retailer, and automobile companies. And he will also talk about that supply chain integration, push-pull strategies. These are also very good for some of the participants that we are having from major, semiconductor company Micron. They have been very generous and kind enough to given us around 40 participants in this course. And then some oil companies also, they have like HPCL, they have sponsored 6 candidates for this course. Deloitte, one of the famous consulting firms, they have been given the course. And I think all the participants who are there from this premier organizations. And we are really indebted to Siva Sturiji for all the help that he is giving to us from the Micron. And I can tell you, sir, the various topics like smart SNOP, smart execution and control tower, the development of roadmap for successful supply chain digitization, particularly the measures of resiliency, redundancy, and flexibility will be very nicely clarified by Professor David in this course. He will also mention the different aspects of sustainable operations in the supply chain, how the efficiency, responsiveness, and carbon emission trade-off will be handled, and also the measures that how this can be tackled whenever we are having some other kind of problem. And keeping all these details, the different week-wise lectures plan has been given to you. And another very important aspect of this course for the industry participants will be there. There will be a supplementary side for many of the newer materials which are being connected with the topic covered by Professor David. After every lecture will be posted there. So my request to participants will be that they can refer those lectures, the topics, and they can upgrade their skills. And of course, the slide of the Professor David will be given to all of you. But in addition to that, something those who want to have more studies and they want to learn more, those things also will be given. And another very specific aspects of this course will be there. Last 30 minutes or 15, 20 minutes, there will some industry expert will come up and they will actually discuss some of the critical problems that they have faced, and so that key first-hand information you can have that how a renowned industrial expert or who are practicing this new concepts of data driven transformation, how they are applying all these things in the industry. So I want to limit myself up to here, and because we have everyone wants to listen to Professor David and our expert Sri Hariharanji later on to when join Mr. Govind as well. So I restrict myself here and once again pay my highest regard to Professor David and Mr. Harishankar ji, and also to all the participants from the industry and our course, different courses who have joined this program, and they are so keen to learn the intricacies and some of the complexities of this subject through Professor David and other experts. So once again, thank you very much, Devankit, for giving this chance to me. Go ahead with this now, your next plan. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Director Sir, for your inspiring word. Now, with great pleasure, I invite Professor David Simchi-Levi, our lead instructor of this course, to share his thoughts. He is the Director of Data Science Lab at MIT, USA, and former Editor-in-Chief of Management Science and Operations Research, the prestigious Journal of Informs. Professor David founded Logic Tools, now a subsidiary of IBM, which provided software solution and decision support system to clients such as Caterpillar, Conagra, Kraft Foods, among others. He later co-founded OpsRule, the analytics which are now part of Accenture. In 2023, he was elected a member of National Academy of Engineers. Professor David has previously collaborated with IIM Mumbai on 13 global online certification courses in supply chain management and data analytics. And this course will mark his 14th partnership with IIM Mumbai. The global online certification courses will be highly successful, attracting over 22,000 participants from more than 18 countries, with nearly 16,000 participants taught by Professor Simchi-Levi himself. Sir, we welcome you again to IIM Mumbai, and we are honored to have this association with you. Sir, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Welcome to the 14th joint program with IIM Mumbai. It's really a great pleasure to be here and to offer the course with Professor Tiwari. Just a little bit on a personal note, I have been collaborating with IIM Mumbai and Professor Tiwari since 2021. We started with teaching, but that led to collaboration on research, that led to collaboration on supervision of some PhD students. And today, Professor Tiwari can tell you that we have a paper just accepted in a prestige journal on some important global challenges. In this class, this data-driven supply chain transformation, we are going to focus on multiple challenges that companies face, from the pressure to increase efficiency, to cut costs, because significant changes due to inflation and other drivers, significant increase in the cost of material, the cost of energy, and the cost of transportation, significant pressure to increase the resiliency of your supply chain due to what we have seen over the last 4 or 5 years, starting with COVID, continuing with the war in Ukraine, the attack and the disruptions in the Red Sea, forcing companies to not only focus on efficiency and cutting costs, but also on improving the resiliency of their business. And finally, a lot of pressure faced by companies to increase, to improve the productivity of their supply chain, largely because of people departing the workforce. If you think about these three challenges, increase efficiency, increase resiliency, increase productivity, these are conflicting objectives. And the only way to address these challenges is by combining data, analytics, and automation. If you participated with us in a similar course in 2021 or 2022, we would be focusing, of course, on how to apply data and analytics to improve supply chain performance. But in particular, we focus on predictive, which is all about AI and machine learning, prescriptive, which is all about using optimization technology to make better decisions. But today, we added another element for supply chain. We added the generative element, allowing us to use, and think about what I'm describing, what Professor Tiwari and I will show, how you can use large language models to automate decisions in your supply chain. And that's a new development where we will take you through multiple case studies, as well as Professor Tiwari and myself will demo a technology that we implemented at a large industrial manufacturer that shows exactly how this is done. And so you can see I'm very excited about the ability to use data, analytics, models to improve business and supply chain performance, but in particular because we now have a new trend that will influence businesses and decision makers for the next 5 to 10 years. At the same time, just to highlight, beyond focusing on just specific companies, there are global challenges associated with a conflict, for example, between Asia, between China and the US. These conflicts that force companies to rethink some of their supply chain strategies provide an enormous opportunity for a country like India. But in order to take advantage of this opportunity, supply chain, logistic network needs to be at the core of the focus of companies, because this allows Indian companies, Indian organization to compete effectively in today's market and offer an alternative to what companies have used to apply, especially in China over the last 10, 15, 20 years. But to do that, data, analytics, and supply chain strategies are critical. In this course, not only we will talk about the concept, we'll talk about the framework, we will talk about technology, we will also take you through case studies where these framework concept analytics have been applied to improve supply chain and business performance. The case studies cover implementation in multiple industries: CPG, consumer packaged good manufacturing companies; high-tech, appliance and equipment manufacturing companies, companies that resemble some of the industries that we see, for example, emerging and growing in India, and of course, retailing and fashion retailing in particular. So it's great to be with you. I'm looking forward for the course. I want to emphasize what Professor Tiwari highlighted a few minutes ago about the uniqueness of this course in terms of the way Professor Tiwari and myself teach the class. This is a large class with hundreds of participants. It's not going to be a one-way discussion. As we go through different topics, we will stop very frequently and ask you to put comments and questions in the chat box so that we can discuss your questions, but also discuss your experience and your industry application of some of the technologies to your business. In this discussion, you will reflect on your experience, and I will reflect, and Professor Tiwari will reflect on his experience. You will see us identifying different opportunities that come out of this discussion. And at the end of every lecture, we will have what we call knowledge transfer, where we bring one or two industry experts to talk about implementation and experience of some of the concepts we cover in class in their business. When the industry expert talk about their experience, it will cover what the problems that they focus, what processes and technologies they implemented, and what experience they have observed, what result and impact they have seen in the implementation. And keep in mind, when you hear that, this is not an estimate, this is not a forecast, this is what these experts saw using these capabilities in this business, in their supply chain. So great to be here. I'm looking forward for the discussion and enjoy the class. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor David, for giving so much detail about the course and also the experience. And the viewers, students, I want to share with you that it will not be just David is going to take the class and you listen it. No, after every 10 minute, 5 minute, you have to write questions on the chat box that we will discuss, then go ahead with this. So bit unconventional, but very effective. We have learned from last our 14 courses, and that we have to follow in this one also, because that time tested way to properly cover the different topics with questions and answers. So yes, now you, Manalji, next you can go ahead with. Yes.
Thank you, Professor Tiwari and Professor David, for your insightful words. It's always an honor and an enriching experience to hear from you all. It is our great pleasure to introduce our guest of honor, Mr. Harishankar K, a distinguished leader in digital transformation and enterprise IT. With a career spanning across multiple industries, Mr. Harishankar most recently served as the Chief Transformation Officer and a member of the leadership team at the Open Network for Digital Commerce, where he led large-scale value chain transformations, particularly focused on digitizing previously unexplored sectors. He now continues to support ONDC in an advisory capacity. His journey began with Hindustan Unilever, where he held key roles in IT, supply chain, finance, and business strategy, eventually becoming the CIO overseeing all IT functions. He also held a key role as a vice president within Unilever's global IT leadership team, and was instrumental in establishing the company's Global Capability Center in Bangalore. Later, Mr. Harishankar led the global digital core transformation for Kimberly-Clark, further solidifying his expertise in driving digital innovation. A BTech graduate in computer science engineering from IIT Bombay and an MBA from IIM Bangalore, Mr. Harishankar's wealth of experience and strategic insights makes him a truly inspiring leader. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Harishankar K. So we would love to hear from you your thoughts on this occasion.
Thank you. Namaskar. Thank you for having me here. It's really a pleasure and privilege to be here, and a special privilege to be in a forum with two of the most eminent global thought leaders in supply chain, Professor David and Professor Tiwari. So really a privilege for me to be in this forum. I'm really glad to see the participants and the supply chain professionals who have enrolled onto this course and who are there in today's audience. I would like to share briefly some perspectives from my experience in the consumer products business, as well as more recently with open networks, and really what are the opportunities and challenges in front of all of us. Of course, we always say that we live in a period of intense change, and we always said that, right? So sometimes, even when I go back 20, 30 years back, we would say we live in an era of intense change, right? And that in some ways is the nature of exponential change, right? The slope of the curve is also increasing exponentially. But frankly, there is something a little bit more than that, and I know, Professor David, you talked about it, especially in the last 3-4 years, from the time of COVID to the recovery post-COVID, to the global geopolitical situation, as well as what's happening in each of the countries, the expectations from consumers, and also the opportunities coming in from technology, from AI, ML, etc. Frankly, this goes beyond continuous exponential change, right? We live in an era, especially in the last 4 or 5 years, of really discontinuous change. And this gives both an opportunity and a challenge to all of us across the business, and particularly for us as supply chain professionals. So I would want to talk about 3 drivers which I feel are impacting us. And now none of this will be new to supply chain professionals in this course, but it always helps to provide some kind of a perspective and food for thought as we embark on this journey on this course. So the first is really the perspective from a customer and consumer perspective, right? Whether it is a B2B customer, a local customer, a global importer, or whether it is all of us as consumers. Frankly, this has been a period of intense change, and that is leading to both challenges and opportunities for the businesses, for society, and for professionals. So on the challenge side, right, people's expectations have been really heightened. There is greater competition, and the barriers to entry have really come down. And I've seen that in as we work on the open network, that with low barriers to entry, it really means that the traditional definition of who is your competitor is all broken, right? It's possible for anyone to be a competitor. Now, Amazon is everybody's competitor, right? And Amazon is also everyone's channel. So all the traditional definitions of who is your competitor, who is your channel is all broken. And that makes a significant challenge to everybody on how do you formulate your strategy and how do you execute to that. Equally, there are significant opportunities as well, right? If you look at the world of consumer products, what is happening with e-commerce? What is happening with quick commerce? What is happening with direct-to-consumer brands? This is really a channel and an opportunity which was never available. And today, people are launching brands, and consumers are demanding and getting a kind of experience which they never had in the past. Now, we talked about 60-minute deliveries, 30-minute deliveries. Now it's 10 minutes. And who knows, soon we are going to have, negative time, right? Which means someone is going to anticipate your need and make sure product is delivered to you even before you thought of ordering for it, right? So all of these are consumer opportunities which are going to come in very significantly. And it is for all of us as supply chain professionals to really gear up our businesses for that. Second is looking at it from a supply perspective, right? Beyond the consumer and the demand side. On the supply side, cost is always going to be a challenge, and frankly, even more so in the current times, right? Every business, every board, every CEO has always looked to supply chain to be the single biggest contributor to cost optimization, whether it is for fuel for growth or whether it is for funneling it into the bottom line. It is always supply chain which has always been asked to contribute to the biggest share of cost optimization, and supply chain has always delivered to that. But frankly, now is an opportunity to look at discontinuous cost optimization, whether it is on productivity, whether it is on leveraging data and AI ML, realigning the networks. Resilience, again, an equally important, probably even bigger challenge than cost, right? And we have seen the challenges of COVID and what happens in the recovery. And how do we kind of, as supply chain professionals, really look at resilience? And I think some of the metrics which Professor Tiwari alluded to at the beginning, which is about how do we really look at resilience in a very structural way, is going to be really important. And I think as supply chain professionals, how do we really build that in? I spoke about the customer and consumer perspective. Clearly, there is a supply perspective, but frankly, there is a third angle which sometimes get missed, right? Which is about the larger environmental and societal challenge or opportunity in front of all of us, right? From the environment perspective, clearly, sustainable business is critical. We know recent trends have kind of put a challenge to the business to say you can't just talk about sustainability; it has to be sustainable at the same time affordable. So that makes it an all the more bigger challenge for supply chain professionals. And when we look at it from a societal perspective, one of the interesting challenges which we face in many countries, and particularly for us at home in India, as an economy which is growing really well, it's something for all of us to be proud of. But equally, we find that employment is really not growing at that pace, and that makes it a significant societal challenge. And one of the reasons is because the micro and small enterprises are really the biggest drivers of employment, and those are not able to keep pace with the larger economic growth. And a lot of that, if you dig deeper, is about the readiness of micro and small enterprises. If you really want to look at a kirana store or a small retailer, right? How do they grow and how do they professionalize themselves on supply chain? All of the science that we talk about, which large enterprises use, is frankly applicable to the smallest of stores at a micro scale. And the challenge for all of us as supply chain professionals is how do we make that relevant and affordable to the smallest of businesses to really professionalize? And I think a course like this gives us that expertise and grounding to really apply this, not just for our large enterprises, but for our wider ecosystem. That leads me to the two elements which we always talk about in supply chain, which is about the hardware, the infrastructure, and a lot of improvements have happened both in the country and globally on infrastructure. We saw on the PM Gati Shakti program the kind of policy interventions which are happening. But frankly, the multiplier to all of that is going to be about the processes, the digitization, the analytics, and the automation, which is really the heart of this course. So everything that is there in this course is going to be a multiplier to the hard infrastructure and the policy interventions that are happening. And therefore, that makes it absolutely critical for us in improving our overall supply chain. Lastly, just want to leave some thoughts for the benefit and consideration of the participants in this course. First is, how do we make sure that the learnings from this course directly translates to value to your respective enterprises? And in that, as Professor David mentioned, participation in this course, bringing in live examples from your respective organizations for your benefit and for the benefit of everyone else is going to be very important. And how do we, in my teams, whenever I used to have my team members go for such courses, I always used to follow it up with come back to the office and play it back to your own teams as to what have you learned, and for the benefit of everyone else who didn't have the opportunity to join in, can we pick up one or two examples where we can apply it tomorrow and see the results of that in the next 1 month? That always becomes a very invigorating exercise. So again, I would urge you to consider doing something like that when you go back to your organization. The second is beyond the value to your respective enterprises is the value to yourself personally as supply chain professionals. All of us need to keep sharpening the saw. And I think a course like this is a fantastic opportunity to sharpen the saw. So how do you improve your own capability as supply chain professionals? I think this course gives you an ample opportunity to do that. The third is to really look at it beyond the enterprise and beyond yourself individually from a larger industry, ecosystem, and country perspective, right? I think the learnings from this course will benefit the wider ecosystem. Everyone in this course is a leading supply chain professional who has influence beyond their own respective teams or organizations. So how do you take these learnings into your wider ecosystem so that overall, as an economy, as a society, and as a country, we benefit from that? That is going to be truly beneficial, and also it's going to be personally inspiring. So with this, I would, wish you all the best for taking and to use this opportunity of this course. And thank you once again for inviting me for this.
Mr. Hari Sankarji, you have very nicely actually described the different, phases and some of the key, steps that need to be taken for digitalization, and also looking to supply chain from different perspective. And really, it's a very helpful to all the participants. And we need your support further also in this course to describe some of your experiences in detail whenever the corresponding lecture times comes up. And now I just want to welcome one of our today's chief guest of this function, Sri Govind Jaiswalji. Currently, he's looking after as a joint secretary, one of the middle level higher officers of the Ministry of Education, Department of Higher Education. And under his purview at present, all the regulatory bodies like AICT and CFTI, which are the around 15, 20 institutions of the country. He is looking after all those institutions as a joint secretary, and then most of the institutions, they are reporting to him for the implementation of the different policies and programs of the government. And Mr. Govindji is also one of the very illustrious student of his time, and he was having very high rank in the Indian Administrative Services, around 48th rank he was having. And he was one of the leading expert of that type, actually, how to crack such examination. And the kind of hardship that he faced during his preparatory time and studies, it's a really eye-opener for them, and he's a role model for hundreds and thousands of the students who are preparing for higher positions in the government. And what you call journey that Govindji has shown to them is emulative, and we all admire that he reached to this position by sheer hard work and devotion to the, his determination to achieve the highest position in the country with respect to different administrative jobs. And also, I can say that he basically did a lot of work in the higher education, particularly in streamlining the online education with the SWAYAM and SWAYAM Plus platforms, and then also implemented many aspects of our NEP and digitization things, particularly how the APAR ID and all those things are being practiced in the different CFTIs. And we found that he was also part of the other government agencies, like he was part of the Goa government earlier, and then looking after the Director of Health and Family Welfare. And also in Delhi, he is the Director General of Executive, the Director of Sports and Youth Department in Goa, and Secretary to the Ports and Fisheries Department in Goa, and many more. So with this particular introduction, and also he is very busy and he was having 2-3 meetings today. I'm thankful to him that he accepted my invite to come here as a chief guest. So now I request Govindji to say a few words about the course, and that what you feel about the, how this digital transformations, particularly with the help of data-driven modelings, they can be good for the logistics and supply chain management. And thank you very much, Govindji. And now you can have your few words for us. Loud, Govindji, your voice is very slow. Loud, please.
Thank you, sir, and good evening, everyone. I'm just first wanted to say I'm honored to join this inauguration of this global online certification course on data-driven supply chain transformation. It's an initiative of IIM Mumbai under PM Gati Shakti scheme in collaboration with globally respected Professor David Levy from MIT, USA. I want to share my one experience that before this assignment, I was director of public health and I was looking after a logistic part during COVID time when we had a very tough time and all the demand and supply of the all intervention like vaccine, therapeutics, and diagnostic kit, all those kind of hardship we were facing. Then I realized that the logistic management is a very crucial thing. There are different layer, understanding of all the stakeholder, the ecosystem, compatibility, even that oxygen supply when we are having the phase 2 of COVID, the oxygen supply part, even the instrument that we are using for a very long time, even they can be increased, that their capacity can be augmented. What driver understand about those things, the whole manpower and the technology, as well as the understanding of technology, how resilient our system is, that how we can upgrade the system within a specific period of time, all those aspects that we have seen and realized that logistic part, actually it should be core curriculum in every course, because whatever you do, that knowledge, it is required to be acquired by every participant. And especially when we are seeing this transformation in logistic and supply chain management, we are also experiencing a profound evolution in higher education. The technology revolution, particularly through AI, generative AI, so much data that we are getting, how to enhance the capacity of the organization, especially for this part, that is a core thing. And today course is an outstanding example of this vision. Through digital means, we are making world-class instruction from MIT and IIM Mumbai accessible to learner across India and beyond. Such initiatives are very critical for the government's vision of leveraging technology to build a well-informed, innovative workforce prepared to meet challenges of a modern economy. And this, as I have been told, that this course is also a model of international academic partnership. IIM Mumbai collaboration with Professor David Simchi-Levi, led by Professor Manoj Tiwari ji. And it shows the India's commitment to fostering global alliance for knowledge and exchanging of insight and different kind of experience that we get from our ecosystem, and which we may require to integrate also. And especially in that health crisis, I can vouch for that, that integration of the logistic management capacity of a different countries also. We have seen ki we discuss in WHO how we can create a global network where demand supply can be matched and the supply can be channelized to different ways to different country as per the demand. So this kind of issue was raised on those times in 2021, 22. The knowledge, then we realized the workforce having knowledge about this kind of area is required to be enhanced. So I'm very thankful for the Professor Tiwari ji for this initiative and the IIM Mumbai. In conclusion, I would like to express my gratitude to Tiwari ji and Professor David Levy for their visionary leadership in launching this course. This endeavor definitely underscores the transformative power of education, technology, and collaboration, especially in building a prosperous and resilient future of India and every organization. To the participant, I request you to make the most of this opportunity useful, embrace the insight, engage actively, and apply the knowledge to create change. Especially the skill you will gain here are not just a step forward for your career, they are a step towards building a robust logistics supply chain infrastructure for India, aligned with the Honorable Prime Minister's vision of the Viksit Bharat. So thank you everyone. And once again, I convey my wishes for all the participants and for the successful journey in this program. Thank you.
So Govindji, thank you very much for giving your also insight that how you handled the COVID during the crisis time, and being at that time DG of the Health Affairs in Goa. I can easily guess the kind of stress that you might have
I
faced.
was Director Public Health, Government of India. So I was dealing the national perspective. So that's why I was representative in WHO from Indian side. So I work with the WHO in India. So that's why this complexity I can understand ki logistic management is very crucial thing.
No, so nice, because at that time the kind of logistic commitment that India has shown to the world, that was one of the really commendable. Say the vaccine drive which was there, and when you get vaccinated, immediately getting certification and all those things was one of the glaring example of how IT power India has shown and demonstrated in administering the vaccine at that time. And taking cue from all those things, only Govindji, you can see here More than 650 participants are attending this course at present, though there are around 700 registrations. And out of them, around 115 are from the different industries. And then we are also running many online programs like 40 for the CIEL and similarly 40 from the Tata Electronics, and same number is from the maritime, marine masters. So all these things combined with our MBA students, So this is one of the formidable force who are learning such a transformative course by Professor David. And I'm sure that is one of the very example of how technology can play a role in, in spreading the quality education, particularly among the stakeholders of higher education. So once again, thank you for coming up and sparing your valuable time, because I know very well you might have attended another meeting also at that time. The way in which our higher education ministry is working, it's remarkable, under the current leadership of our secretary, Sir Sanjay Murthy ji. So Govindji and others, Jayasna, they are working very hard actually to meet different kind of goals set by the government. And we are part of that, sir. So we know very well that how much pressing time they are having. So once again, thank you, Govindji, for coming. And Davidji, now I think we have completed the things. I request Amit to conclude the part of the course, and then we can go ahead with the lectures of Professor David. Yes.
Thank you, sir. As we reach the end of this inaugural ceremony, I, Professor Amit Kumar Das, one of the faculty coordinators, would like to take this opportunity in expressing our heartfelt gratitude to everyone whose efforts have laid this groundwork of this unique course. At first, I would like to thank Professor David Simchi-Levi sir for kindly accepting our invitation to lead this course after completing various courses with us. We are sure that our participants look forward to learning from your unique teaching style with diverse case studies and practical examples. Thank you, sir, for your association with us. We feel really privileged to have you with us. We are thankful to our Honorable Chief Guest, Sri Govind Jaiswal, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Higher Education, Government of India, for taking time out from his hectic schedule and gracing this event with his valuable presence, inspiring us with his profound insights. We thank you, sir, for providing us with a perfect start for our journey with this course. We extend our sincere gratitude to the guest of honor today, Sri Harisankar K, Chief Transformation Officer, ONDC. We feel honored to have heard enlightening words from you. Thank you very much, sir, for coming forth with your support for IIM Mumbai and sharing words for encouragement. Looking forward to further meaningful interaction in the future. Most importantly, we are truly grateful to all the course participants for your enrollment in this course. We are dedicated to your success. Hope that you will make the most of this learning opportunity. We are extremely grateful to our respected director, sir, Professor Manoj Kumar Tiwari, under whose visionary leadership and guidance this launch of this course has been possible. We also thank the Institute Authority, all the deans, faculty members, officers, and staff members for having mobilized all the resources needed for this program. We are also grateful to the entire IIM Mumbai community, including the IIM Mumbai faculty and students, for their continued encouragement and support. We really appreciate our faculty coordinators, Professor Rofin TM, Professor Maisa Mahapatra, Professor Jasasi Mandal, Professor Vipan Kumar, Professor Ramesh Kumar, Professor Rani Mitra, and Professor Nikhil for their excellent management of this course. We offer our heartfelt thanks to all the committed student coordinators who played an integral role in ensuring the smooth execution of this course. Devankit, Anubhav, Harsh, Hidayat, Vatsala, Devargha, Shankha, Sandra, Krishna, and Manisha. Furthermore, we express our sincere thanks to the dedicated social media group and IT support team for ensuring seamless operation for this course. We feel greatly proud of our entire team, and we aim to continue to add value to this course and all future courses for our participants. Lastly, a big thank to all of you for attending this inaugural ceremony, and we are looking forward to providing a valuable and engaging experience to all the participants. Over to Devanki.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, all the guests. Before we end this session, I will request everyone to turn on their cameras for photograph. Thank you, everyone. It's time for a break announcement. We'll break for 10 minutes. I request all the participants to join back for the lecture with Professor David, sir. Thank you again for your presence.
So from here, I'm breaking, and after 10 minutes, I'm going to join. Once again, thanks to all my guests and everybody. So we'll see after 10 minutes, then lecture by Professor David will start. Thank you very much for attending this program. Thank you.